Hey Baby Leaguers, welcome back to Millennial Moms and a very special Ask Amy. Today we are talking about a subject that is really close to my heart, but I think that a lot of people don't ever talk about it, but many people are actually going through this. And it stemmed from a couple of Ask Amy hashtag questions that I got on Twitter. And it's about who our mentors are in our parenting, if we have parents who have passed on or if there's a strained relationship. So let's get into it. The first question is, hi Amy, I have a personal question. How do you tackle parenting struggles without your parents around for guidance? So I guess I should put a little disclaimer, like, forgive me if I can't get through this episode without getting teary-eyed. It's a really personal subject. And if you have seen us or if you've followed us for a while now, and you might have mentioned, and I'm not really sure how much I've talked about this before on YouTube, but both of my parents passed away when I was young. I don't have either parent with me anymore. So parenting without parents is really hard, and really it could be anything from you not having your parents here anymore because of a death or really having a strained relationship. So it's hard to do without the support of your parents. There's only so much information that you can get from books and others, and it really just sometimes is nice to have the personal opinions of your mom. So in my case, it's really hard too because I don't know my medical history from when I was little because there was nobody there to remember how I was. So when it came down to potty training or our daughter has some stomach issues, and I thought, well, maybe I have that too. I don't remember, I can't, and I don't have that information. Also, when you have a baby or a new baby joins your family, emotions are high, hormones are high, all of that stuff can really exacerbate the feelings of grief and loss, whether it be a relationship or a death. And that's hard to deal with. One of the biggest things about starting your own family is really, you have this newfound kind of appreciation for your family or for your parents, and it's so hard for them to not experience that. It's really hard for me to know that my mom won't know my kids. So some of the things that I found helpful, it's nice to try to focus on the things that I did learn in the short amount of time that I did have my parents. I do try to make sure that we keep their memory alive and talk about them with the kids, and they make sure that they feel like they know their grandparents. I really find comfort when people say, or Eric says, you're turning into your mother, because I'm really proud of that. She was a great person, and so I know she would be really proud of who my kids are and who I'm married to and our family, and that's really comforting, and I think that's really great for people to be able to focus on that if you have experienced loss, is that that person would want you to be happy and would be proud of who you are. So the next question is, who do you turn to for parenting advice? So there are no replacements for your parents, or maybe there are if you've had a horrible relationship with your parents, maybe there are replacements. For me, nobody will ever replace my parents, but I do have a couple of people who I've been able to really find that mother-daughter relationship with. One is my mom's best friend. She was in the room when I was born, she was in the room when my kids were born, and it just is so wonderful to have that relationship. I know that the advice I get from her is probably what I would have gotten from my mom. It's amazing that we have been able to build this relationship where she really truly cares for us, my sister and myself, as daughters, and my kids even call her Nana. So it just is such a wonderful relationship. And then of course I have my mother-in-law and my in-laws. I have my father-in-law and my mother-in-law that are amazing grandparents, and our kids are so lucky to have them as grandparents. Life is about making relationships with people that you look up to and who can mentor you, and really you feel that you trust their opinion. So it doesn't have to be your parents if you don't have a relationship or if you've had a loss, because there are so many people who will love you like parents. Thank you for getting through that episode with me. I'm sorry that I got emotional. I'm such an emotional person. Like I said before, it's so hard to talk about, and I think a lot of people are dealing with grief, and it's a really touchy subject. It's emotional and it's raw, but you also have to know that you're not alone in it, that other people in our community are dealing with the same thing, and we feel it as well, and you're not alone. I appreciate you watching. Let's keep this conversation going. If you have comments, leave them in the comments section below. I would love to read them and answer them. As always, subscribe to BabyLeague, like this video, and we'll see you next time. Bye.